It appears we are live. Was having a little bit of a technical difficulty there for a moment. I don't know why. It wanted me to change the orientation of the screen, which I did. So I guess we're live now. It looks like we are. Leave a comment or something down below to let me know. Let me grab my phone. Because frankly, I can't tell without it. It looks like we're golden. Let me look one more time here. It's very strange. YouTube is acting very strange today. I don't know. Anyway, Jose Perez. Saludos I don't speak. I'm assuming that's Spanish. I'm sorry, but welcome to the live stream. Chad McDonough, good afternoon. Hello, we're live. Cool. I need to grab my drink here. The Green Nectar, still not sponsored, by the way. Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I thought I'd click in today, do a little chat with you guys about the new truck. I just did a mod today, and by the way, before we get too far in, and I'll mention this again in a little bit, if you haven't joined the RobMotive Facebook group, it's called 4th Gen Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. And there should be a link down below to it. You need to do that because if you live in the Houston, Texas area, like anywhere around Houston, or maybe you're willing to drive a few hours, there is a huge, I think it's huge, giveaway that's coming up that I'm going to announce on that group Saturday morning. Should be before noon, I believe. Now, I can't tell you any more about it. Because I believe I feel that I am contractually obligated not to, but you're gonna love it. It's awesome. I wish that I was eligible and I needed this because it's just that freaking awesome. Anyway, you want to make sure you check out that group to make sure that that you're able to enter or get in on that giveaway because it's one of the best ones I've seen in a while. Let's see. John Hoffman says, YouTube is screwed up, had to restart the app. Yeah, I don't know. Every once in a while, and I tried to do this live stream oriented in landscape as opposed to portrait, you know, for a wider view, but it didn't seem to want to let me do that. And I know they're favoring this format to compete with the other platforms that are out there. So I guess it's not really a huge surprise to me. But nonetheless, I wasn't able to orient it the way that I wanted and get the live stream to start. So where are we? We're in deep South Texas. It's gotta be 75 degrees or something down here right now. It is overcast, a little cloudy, but that's gonna improve. It's gonna be mostly sunny and I think a high in probably the mid 80s. It's awesome. Great weather to live in an area like this, particularly if you're a YouTuber and you do mods and things outside. Would be misery if you were in a worse climate. I mentioned I did do a little mod today, very simple, something that I do on all my trucks. It's not even uploaded yet. I actually finished it. I think it takes 5 minutes, maybe 6. But just a simple little thing. It's coming up. Need a little sip of the Green Nectar here. I did put some sliders on the truck recently. I didn't want the steps. They're actually sitting over there. I need to get those listed for sale. But I did do some sliders recently. These things are robust. They're the OEM version, or at least the version you get from Toyota, with their part number and everything. They weigh about 52 pounds a piece. So it's a little bit of a workout getting them on under there, right? But they look awesome. They satisfy what I need. I'll show you guys what they look like here in just a minute. Real quick, if you haven't clicked that thumbs up button or subscribe to the channel, make sure you do that. I really would appreciate it. Star Liquid. Is that like water? Snowing here big time. Want to trade? Where are you? And no, I don't want to trade. I used to live up north in Ohio. We got winter weather, snow, mostly just nasty, cold, drizzly, ice and snow and crap, and I didn't like it. I much prefer palm trees and warm weather. I did take something off the truck recently. I don't know if this mod has aired yet. The 51st state. I see. How do you feel about that? Not to get political on the channel. I don't want to get political, so save the political stuff. But from a personal standpoint, how do you feel about that? Does it piss you off, or is it like, you know what? That wouldn't be so bad. My wife is Canadian, and she hates it. Hates the idea of it. So I'm curious how you feel about it. Now, I mentioned I did take something off the truck recently. Let me show you guys. I'll flip you around on the other view, hopefully. There we go. I removed the ARB. What do they want to? They call them recovery points, I guess. You know, they bolt on, and by the way, they do bolt on the truck. All good, more rights under the Constitution. There you go. They bolt on to the frame member underneath the truck on the sides through two holes that are already there. They're very stout. These things probably weigh, if I had to guess, I'd probably put them at, I don't know, maybe 10 plus pounds each, something like that. And they are thick. You can see they're almost an inch thick. No, I don't know what that equates to in millimeters, but for you Canadians up there. But anyway, they are, by the way, if you did that, you also would have a mathematical system that makes sense. Everything would be in inches. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Anyway, I did pull these off. They are for sale, but only locally, because I'm not going to ship them. They weigh a ton. It would cost a fortune. And frankly, I just don't dig shipping stuff anymore, so I'm not going to do it. But like I said, they are the ARB version. You can see there's the ARB logo on here. It's interesting to me how Toyota partnered, apparently, with ARB to put aftermarket stuff on the truck. They are labeled. It says right. By the way, that's from the driver's perspective. And then the other one, of course, is left. You can see there. ARB, once again, pretty stout. I just wasn't a fan of the look on the truck. I mean, it's a personal preference thing. If you like them, then you'll like them. And if you don't, you don't. I much prefer D-rings like what you see right there. Pretty simple to put on. They might take a little bit of, what do you want to say, cutting or modding and manipulation, customization to fit, depending on whether or not you have that bar that goes across the front to be able to put a skid plate on. I do have that bar on mine, so I did have to cut them a little bit, but pretty easy to do with just a jigsaw. I only used a jigsaw to cut the brackets, and they're pretty stout though. They're about 1/4 inch thick and pretty darn heavy. I'll bet you they are almost as heavy, if not, as these ARB recovery points are. So, I did actually use these once, by the way. We had to tow a Jeep home. There was, I got a call, and the Jeep had stalled. Go figure, right? I know, bad Jeep reputation. But anyway, the Jeep had stalled and would not restart. It actually turned out to be the fuel pump. This is an old Jeep, by the way. It's like a 1990, I think it's a 99 or 6, something like that. So it's pretty old. I mean, you know, in all fairness, parts go bad, right? But I actually used one of those recovery points to tow them back to their house so that they could get that fixed. So it did come in handy, but the D-rings, the hooks that I have on there now, I should take you and show you. It's kind of loud outside, so I'll apologize for the chainsaw you hear. I think the neighbors are doing some sort of landscaping work. But let's go around to the back. I'll show you. Once again, here in the front, this is what I've got. These are from Rough Country. I think I've got them linked in all the videos. I'm not sure, but I do have links for them. Around the back, same kind of thing you guys can see here. Easy to put a tow strap or hook or whatever you have through there. Works pretty well. By the way, I said that I use those front ones, Or no, I did. I used the rear ones to feed the lines through to bring that Jeep home. I was thinking they were on the front because I believe ARB does have the same kind of setup for the front in red. Another thing I didn't really care for was the red. By the way, if you're curious, since we're out here, they bolt on right through these two holes you can see here. That's it. Pretty simple, right? You stick them on the side, run the bolts through, put the nuts on the other side, tighten them down, and you are golden. Pretty easy install. Now, I have had a couple of questions on the channel about whether or not, if you have those recovery points, if you can still have the step on the side of the truck. I believe it's on the right-hand side. Actually, it might not be. It might be on the left side. But anyway, that fold-down step. And the answer is no, you can't. It would interfere with that step. So if you're thinking about getting the recovery points, the ARBs anyway, you can't have the step. I think you could still do the step with the D-rings that I have on there now, but I'm not absolutely positive of that, so don't quote me on that. Again, if you happen to be in the area, deep South Texas in the RGV, the San Benito, Texas area, hit me up if you're interested in them. Send me a message on Messenger or something. They're out on Facebook Marketplace right now. Price on them's $250. That'll save you, depending on what site you go to, anywhere from $50 to $100 for brand new ones. So I think it's fair. I don't know. Anyway, I have a huge mod coming for the truck soon. I'm going to be replacing the grill. You know, I wasn't originally going to do that because I thought, man, there's a lot of potential opportunity for damage because you have to pull the whole front end of the truck off to do it. Still worries me a little bit, but hey, this is a mod channel. I'm a mod guy, and we're going to do mods, right? And I really dig the look of that. Plus, it's going to enable me to have a light bar in the front integrated into the grill. Should look pretty cool. By the way, there's also something down below about that if you want to see what it is. Well, there's a link to their site anyway, with some savings if you're looking for a grill yourself. Quality of the grill, it is a knockoff, aftermarket. It's not the Toyota grill. Saved me a lot of money doing it that way. So I highly recommend going that route. Why spend another $100 to $300 or $400 depending on a part that you can get that looks identical, that might even be better? Because, and I say better because on the OEM version, they have a hole in it to mount a camera. And if you don't have the camera set up, you know, the 360-degree cam, you don't need that hole. So you're gonna have to do something with it if it bugs you, and it would bug me. Either plug it with something, or I know there's a dealership out there that actually recommends buying the camera, even though you're not gonna use it, and going ahead and putting it in the hole. That's an extra $150, $170 or so for something that you're not gonna use, because I don't believe you can connect it to anything that's under there pre-wired. If it was pre-wired, that might be a different thing. Then you could go ahead and plug it in. But mine has a cover in the area where the hole goes. It's integrated in. You would knock that cover out if you have the camera system, so you can still use it in the spot it's supposed to be in. But it has a nice finished cover area on it, so you don't have to do that. The light bar, probably not the strongest light bar. I'll find out once I get it in and power it up. I will hook it up to the aux beam switch, by the way, that I already have installed on the truck. It will be the first mod or electrical accessory, I guess, that I'll hook up to that switch. Can't wait to do it. Right now, I have the letters that I spray painted. You guys want to see those? I'll take you in and show you. They're sitting in the laundry room right now, curing. I painted them to match the truck. And you guys will have to let me know from what you see here whether or not you think they match the truck. Let's get in here. I'll flip you around and let you see. This is what I have done. These are the letters, and they ship separate from the grill, and they have to do that because of copyright, right? They can't actually have them connected to the grill. But I found a paint. It's called Brick Red of all things. And it looks very close to me to Terra. I mean, if you look at that compared to the truck that you just saw, oh, and by the way, they came out really well. They were a pewter color. I used my method to paint them, and just look how smooth they look. I hope I don't damage them putting the grill on. I'll have to be extra careful, I guess, because you cannot put these letters on um, after the grill's on. You have to do it before, but they came out really well. I think they match. What do you guys think? Does that look, and we'll go back out to the truck, but do those look like they match the color of the truck? Um, Here's the truck. You can get the long shot of it. I think so. I think it came out really well and matches really well. So there's the color of the truck. It probably looks more red in this lighting than it is. It's more of a, it really is more of a brick red color. So I suppose they wouldn't want to call the Tacoma brick, though. Probably bad connotations, right? My Tacoma's a brick. Nah, that's probably why they went with Terra. But anyway, I think they're going to be pretty close. Unfortunately, I did order the actual color, but there was a holdup in delivery, and honestly, I'm way too impatient to wait. So I found the brick red that I thought looked close at Lowe's, and that's what we're using. A couple of comments. Chuck McDonough, looks great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Still not sponsored, by the way. Kyle Kohal. Hello, Kyle. How are you? Anyway, that's the big mod that's coming up on the truck. I'll tell you, they sure did make it a lot more difficult. You used to be able to just take the grill off and replace the center. Now you got to take the whole front end off. So what a bummer. Damian Ortiz, how have you been? I have been good. How have you been? Again, I want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. There is a huge giveaway that I'm going to announce on the Facebook group, which is called 4th Gen Toyota Tacoma Owners. I believe there's a link down below. I can never get my own group name right. I guess I made it too difficult. But anyway, there's a huge giveaway that I'm going to announce, or I'm not going to announce it. It's going to post in the group on Saturday morning. And if you're in the Houston, Texas area, it's Houston, Texas is where it's going to be done at. Or if you want to travel a little bit, maybe you're a couple, 3, 4, 5, it's worth probably a 6 or even 10-hour overnight stay, let me tell you. But it's a huge giveaway. It's going to drop on that group Saturday morning. So head over there, make sure you become a member so that you don't miss out. And speaking of becoming a member, if you wouldn't mind, click the subscribe button while you're here. Give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate it. But check that out. It's a fantastic giveaway. One of the best ones that I've seen recently, I think. Let's see. Tanner Kirk, what gas mileage are you getting on average? Oh, I don't know, somewhere around 16, something like that. I don't get great gas mileage because I don't drive freeway. I don't have a reason to, or at least I don't very often. So it's mostly, the highest speed's probably 55 to 60 in spurts here or there out in the country. And then city driving, 30, 35, something like that more often. I'm probably like a 80-20 split, slower speed. So, you know, I've added some things to the truck. I mean, it's got bigger, heavier tires. Heavier wheels, I guess. It has the 52-pound each rock sliders on the sides. What else? Of course, the Bedmat's in there, the more robust floor mats. I mean, it all adds up, right? The D-rings in the front, the D-rings in the back. Soon I will have the skid plate from Miller Cat. By the way, if you're looking for skid plate, Miller Cat's the way to go. There of course is a discount. Got to give myself a little pimping, right? There is a discount code for them. Miller Cat has the best, in my opinion, because they offer a couple different versions, and they have a big access area for when you need to change the oil. Not those little tiny things, or the ones that don't even have it, and you have to remove the skid plate to change the oil. What the hell are they thinking? Who wants to do that? I mean, those things are heavy, and it just provides more opportunity for damage, right? I mean, if you're constantly taking those in and off, if you take it to a shop and they're not careful and they unscrew or screw the screws back in, I mean, it just makes no sense to me why they don't have the bigger access points, and the Miller Cat ones do. They also have the cat shield, by the way. Let's see what the comments are here. Damon Ortiz says, good. Tanner Kirk says, with 35s. I don't have 35s. My tires are probably, they might be 33 or close, 34, something like that. I didn't go much bigger in size. I think from a diameter standpoint, I think they're about a ½ inch bigger, something like that. So I got an extra ½ inch of lift out of those. I do have a level lift in the front of the truck. And I would say if you're gonna change out your tires and go with anything bigger or a different offset, excuse me, a different offset than what OEM is, you probably should do at least a level lift in the front so that you can clear that. I've got a +1 on my truck, and without the level lift, I think it would rub on the inside and maybe the backside. So you gotta have a lift, man. Let's see. Damon says, just wondering, do you like the new 4Runner? I don't not like it. I'm not really an SUV guy, so, and I consider that to be an SUV. I'm neither here nor there. I'm not in the market for that. I don't think I ever will be. But if you like it, that's cool. Tanner Kirk says, thanks, my friend. You're quite welcome. LeBron photo. Interesting. JP was saying, greetings from Puerto Rico in Spanish. I have a black limited and get great ideas from your videos. Currently waiting for a skid plate and will remove the chin spoiler. I hope you went with Miller Cat. Did you, or did you go with somebody else? And again, the only, even if I didn't have a relationship with them, it's the one I would buy because of that bigger access point, if nothing else. And they offer, I've got mine, I think it's in stainless steel or aluminum, I can't remember. But it's lightweight enough that I don't really have a hell of a workout when I'm putting it on. I still have to support it when I'm doing it. It's not like I can, lift it with one hand and line it all up and put the screw. You know how that goes, right? You're laying underneath the truck. You got the skid plate, which is big, and you're trying with one hand to get it in there, and you got to put the screw in with the other hand, and you're trying to get it steady and get the screw in, and then you think you get it in, you let the weight off, and it pulls out. I mean, have you been there? I have been there. So now I set it on something underneath, kind of prop it up, and then put one corner on, and then use the prop to hold it while I put the other corner on, and then I'm good. And I do it on the ground. I do have the lift in the garage, but unfortunately, because of the offset that I went with on the wheels, my stance is too wide. So I can't get the truck on the lift, at least not without running over the side supports on the lift itself. Not a good idea if you're gonna be under the truck, in my opinion. You want it to be steady, right? I don't know. Anyway, one more time, I just wanna let you guys know, because it's so freaking phenomenal. There is going to be a giveaway announced on the RobMotive Facebook group page, which, by the way, is called 4th Gen Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. You need to go over there and become a member, because you don't want to miss this if you live within the Houston, Texas area, or within driving distance of Houston, Texas. It's going to be phenomenal. It's freaking awesome. And like I say, the announcement for it will drop Saturday morning, this coming Saturday morning. And what you gotta, you always have to do something, whatever, but it's not too much for what you're gonna get, let me tell you. I think it's awesome. And again, if you're just clicking in here, please click the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything, much like that giveaway I just mentioned. That doesn't cost you anything either. It's free. Who doesn't like free? Let's see, Jason says, 4th gens are dorky, or dookie. Well, I'm not sure what you're here for then. Are you just a troll looking to flex your keyboard muscle? I mean, I don't know. Get a life, man. Get a hobby. Join a group. Get some therapy. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to get on, kind of chat with you guys a little bit, let you know what's going on with the truck. I haven't been on here live for a while. Of course, I'm on here frequently in the form of videos and shorts. And I did post a community post about that giveaway, by the way. And again, I can't give you specifics on it until it drops this coming Saturday morning. So again, check out that Facebook group. Become a member so that you don't miss out if you live within the Houston, Texas area, or you're willing to drive a little bit. Leroy Clement, hello from Livingston, Louisiana. Leroy, how you doing? Good to have you. LeBron Photo, I'm averaging 22.2 miles per gallon on my stock limited. For a Tacoma, that's really not too bad. I mean, you know, I think people still forget it is a truck. It's basically a brick on wheels, you know. It's not going to get 50 miles per gallon. And you shouldn't expect it when you get one, because if you do, you're probably going to be a little bit disappointed, I think. I always love the comments. People get on and they moan and complain about the fuel economy it's getting. And I'm like, well, it's a truck. I mean, did you not know that when you bought it? I mean, come on, man. It's not gonna be a hyper miler. You bought the wrong vehicle. Who knows? And I also like the people that come on, and I would kind of doubt them a little bit, but they talk about owning full-size trucks like a Ram, and they're getting, 30 miles per gallon. And I'm like, what are you doing? Just always going downhill? They have a sail in the back? I've had Ram trucks. I've had full-size trucks. I've never had one that got 30 miles per gallon. I think they're a little delusional. You know what I'm saying? One last thing I want to mention, somebody left a comment on the channel recently about a trail hunter that they're getting, and that their salesperson or dealership told them that it was going to arrive from Japan shortly. And everybody's dumbfounded. It's like, wait a minute, the Tacoma is built in Mexico. How could they possibly be getting a Tacoma from Japan? And they're not. The salesperson's either confused or maybe thinking of a different model. I don't know what it is, but they're wrong. LRM Guitars, a need to purchase midsize like Tacoma looks, like need to purchase midsize like Tacoma looks. Oh, you like the Tacoma looks. You like the Frontier drivetrain, undecided. Well, I've had two 4th gen Tacomas now. This is my second. The previous was a 24. I loved them both. The Frontier, to me, if there was no Tacoma and I was buying a truck based on looks, it would be the Colorado. I think the Colorado looks really good. Rivals the looks of the new Tacoma, I think. Of course, it is a Chevy. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there, me included, who'd be worried about that as far as reliability and quality and all that goes. But man, that truck, the ZR, what is it? The ZR1, ZR2, I can't even remember now, is really awesome when it comes to looks. It's a nice truck. Don't know about the quality and reliability of it, but you know. A Frontier, to me, I don't know that there's anything wrong with it. I don't know that I would put it at the same quality level as I would the Toyota Tacoma. And I think it looks a bit long in the tooth now. I think it's time for a massive redesign of that truck because they're falling behind, I think. Frustrated daily driver, Ford or Chevy? Well, as I just mentioned, if there were no Toyota Tacoma and I was going to buy a different manufacturer's model, I would buy the Chevy Colorado ZR2. Is that what it is? I can't remember right now for some reason, but so I guess Chevy. I've had Fords. I had two Ford F-150s. Both of them seem to have transmission problems. So I don't have a lot of faith in Ford. I haven't really had any other Fords that I can think of. Back in the day, I had a Ford Ranger. Gutless, not comfortable, a horrid ride. But that was a long time ago. They certainly have come a long way since way back then, but kind of put a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to Fords. Although Chevy, I had a Chevy S10 that was basically the same as the Ford, gutless. I did have an old Nissan Frontier a long time ago. It was quick. It was powerful. Not overly and not as powerful as what the new Tacoma is, but nonetheless, it still was quick and it was fun to drive, but it was heavy. It felt heavy, and I can't really ever see getting another Nissan, to be honest. It's either Toyota or probably Toyota. And that's probably it, because I've had the most luck with them. I've never really had any issues with a Toyota product. I have had recalls. I had a master cylinder brake recall on one in the last 5 years or whatever it was. John Baker says, I'm in Houston. John, if you're in Houston, you have got to become a member over there. I mean, you don't have to, but you should. Go over to the RobMotive Facebook page. It's called 4th Gen Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. I think there's a link below in this live stream. Become a member so you don't miss out. And it's free. You just click the button to become a member. You don't have to do anything. So that you don't miss the announcement that's going to come out on that channel or group page. What is it? Saturday morning. It's phenomenal. Like I said, it's one of the best ones I've seen in a long time, which is good, because I think that means that companies are now jumping back in. Then maybe they've got a little more cash these days, but are jumping back into the mod market, and you're going to see more of these, I hope, coming forward. So it should be pretty cool. But anyway, you got to check that out. And of course, while you're here, you have to click the subscribe button. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? 15 likes, 33 people on. I'm not feeling the love. I don't know why. Only 15 people have thumbed up. If you haven't done that, please do that as well. LRM Guitars, you need lights on those grills you can turn on. Yeah, there's going to be, in the new grill, there's going to be an LED light bar that fits in the slot that goes right underneath-ish of the Toyota lettering that's going to be on, which I showed you guys a little bit ago. If you didn't see it, you'll have to rewatch this, because I showed you what I've done. So there will be an LED light bar, and then there will, of course, be Raptor-style lights in the grill. I mean, you have to do that, right? One form or another. I might try to go a little bit different on that. We shall see. LM Guitar says, the ones on the wall behind you. Yeah, this right back here, no, that's a neon type sign. My wife actually got me that for Christmas. It says RobMotive. I hope it's clear in the video. It's kind of hard to tell. It's backwards to me in what I'm doing. I hope it's right way for you guys. Anyway, that's it. Just wanted to get on, kind of chat with you folks a little bit, let you know about this massive, huge, awesome giveaway that's coming. Check that out. Again, it's going to be over on the RobMotive Facebook group, 4th Gen Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. You got to become a member. I mean, you don't have to, but I'd appreciate it if you did. And then check that out. It's going to drop Saturday morning before noon, Central Standard Time. Carlos Strine. Thanks, Rob. Well, Carlos, you're welcome. Anyway, appreciate you guys, each and every one of you that's been on here today and supporting the channel and the Facebook group and every other freaking profile you have to do what I do out there. We'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.